We're going to find out if the stories here are true,
or if they're BS. We're here to find out if this place is real,
or if it's BS,
Or if it's just BS. BS.
or if they're all BS. Hello, I'm at the Villisca Axe Murder House, and I'm about to find out, is this house haunted, or is it BS? I just had a very cold chill come near my head. It's still there. Tell me if you feel trapped. Put your hand near my head. Put it behind my head. Nothing. You don't feel trapped at all. Feel my head.
Oh my gosh. It's cold.
I know.
And then there's no draft. Nothing. And I would feel a draft because it's warm up here now that the AC's off.
Yeah. Like, do you feel how cold I am right now?
Yes.
Holy crap.
And there's no draft. Like I said, it's starting to get a little warm without the AC.
No, I feel wind blowing on me.
There's
Put your hand on my arm.
Oh my gosh.
I feel wind blowing on me right now.
There's nothing.
Can you do what you're doing to me to Connie so that she can feel it?
Because I feel warm. Like I'm about to sweat. Feel my forehead.
Oh. Well, I'm sweaty, but like I'm still
It's cold.
freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love a cool draft right now.
Feel my shoulder.
My gosh, you feel cold.
I know. And it's only this half. It's this half out here.
There's nothing over here.
Oh, you know where I'm standing?
What?
Where the axe hit. Stand against it, see if you get something.
Are you leaning against it? The wall
See?
feels a little cooler to me. Like, that feels good. I don't feel any. Other than, like, when I press against the wall.
See, now here's the thing. My back is starting to get cold. I'm getting chills. Like, I am so cold on my back. Feel my back.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Like, I was sweating 5 minutes ago. Now I am freezing. Well, thank you for interacting with me. I appreciate that. So, we're about the 5,000th people you've seen come through this house. You've probably seen a lot more than us. So we're pretty much going to do the same thing that other people have done in here. We're going to ask you a lot of the same questions. As always, before we get started, we ask for your consent. If you're willing to have a conversation with us and help us out and help us uncover your story and tell your story to the world, would you mind making those lights flash? The way you can make the lights flash is just to walk next to it and exert some energy over it, and they should flash a little bit. Could you do that for us? That's the sound of the air conditioning thumping.
Yes.
Do the air conditioning units annoy y'all? Because that's kind of an aggravating sound. My name is Scott. This is Connie.
Hello.
Again, all we want to do is come in here, ask you a few questions, try to get to know you, try to tell your story to the world. We think there's a lot of your story that people still don't have answers for, which is why so many people like me come here, is to find that story out, to uncover it. Could you help us out with that?
What?
Glad nothing happened there. That'd be annoying. Were you the one who made me cold earlier? I'm still not all the way warm. I'm getting there, but I'm not all the way there yet. Like, I'm definitely warmer than I was. Like, you can feel.
Yeah.
Just. Okay, that's me.
The chair.
Yeah, if I shift away to make that sound. Do you wish we were alone? Would you do something impressive if we were alone and the cameras were off? All you have to do is make the light flash once and we'll take that as an affirmative.
Can you tell us your favorite meal? Oh, you like that, huh?
What did you ask?
Can she tell us her favorite meal?
Oh, I would love to know that too, yeah. I'm really into cooking and whatnot. So I would love to know about that.
Do you prefer breakfast? Lunch?
She
Oh.
loves lunch. Girl, me too. We would have been best friends.
Is it because it's the middle of the day? You kind of get your kids together, your husband.
Have a nice family meal around the table.
Make some shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes. Ooh, wow.
Oh, very nice.
Mashed potatoes are a big thing. Green beans right out of the garden.
Oh, wow, that was all the way up.
Yeah.
I bet you were a wonderful cook.
I bet you are a great mom. Took care of your kids. Yeah, you loved your family, didn't you?
I love how when I said that she was a great cook, that she's died. And then you and
I think she might be a little bit self-conscious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was about to say that, and that was like,
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I understand.
I would give you a hug if I could. I completely understand, but I bet you are wonderful. I'm sure your family loved your meals and whatnot. And I bet you are a very, very great mother.
We like having a full table. You got to serve a bunch of people. Sunday dinners. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just dropped to 82 flat. It was 82 forward.
God, now you're making me jealous, and I wish I could go back in time and have some of your food. I bet you are an amazing cook. I bet dinners must have been so fun.
And then you get the food right out of the garden, bringing it right inside.
Oh, I thought that was going to give the answer, but apparently not.
Did you like going to the store and interacting with the other ladies?
Send the kids over with a shopping list of their general store. Need some seasoning. A little salt and pepper.
Was your favorite part the cooking or eating with your family?
You moved on to something else? I don't know if she's with us anymore.
Sarah, are you still here, hon? I think she left.
Well, got some good responses. I think the Esper one was very impressed by that.
Is there anybody else here with us right now?
It's flickering now.
What you got?
81.8. It's dropping at 2 point, and it's going back and forth real quick.
Yeah, it was out in the other room too. Are the kids here? Are the kids outside?
Are you guys playing outside right now?
There we go.
What are you playing? I would love to join you. Can I join you in playing? Am I too old for you guys? Stop it. I'm gonna go cry.
Oh, wow.
I think that'll elicit a response right there.
Thank you. Oh.
It might be the movement.
No, somebody's staying there strong.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Thank you for staying there and verifying that it was you and not Joe moving that caused that light to go off. Do you want Angel to play with you?
I think somebody's hugging me right now.
Okay, thank you. That was a great response, guys.
Yeah,
That was solid good.
that was wonderful. And
Oh, there you go again.
yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I miss playing outside now. I bet you guys had a lot of fun, huh?
There we go.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I can't think of any games from like 1912 and whatnot.
I'd say hide and seek. That's been around forever.
Yeah?
There you go.
Oh,
Ring around the rosies. Not so much. Gotcha.
yeah.
London Bridges. Yeah, kinda.
Did you guys play around with a ball? Maybe, you know, kick it around and whatnot?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Dolls.
Oh.
Tea parties. No. All right, I know you're a little upset, and it's okay. I understand why you're upset. But we're going to prove him wrong. Now, the purpose of this experiment is to show him that you can communicate with us using this device.
And that you are here, and you know you're real and everything.
And yes, I know, sweetheart, you've already done this. So if you want the kids to answer, that's fine. It does not matter.
Or you can have your mom, Sarah, answer again. I'm sure it probably took a lot of energy trying to, you know, use that and answer because you were so enthusiastic about it and everything.
Part of it was my fault because I forgot about airplane mode, so let's start. How about dessert? Do you like dessert? Apple? Pies? Ice cream. We had some wonderful ice cream earlier. What I was gonna say. Ooh. Do you like being up here?
Did you guys have fun at the church's Children's Day service? I used to go to Sunday school when I was younger.
Do you like church? I know there's a lot of energy here, guys. We've got a storm. Almost full moon. Feel free to take our energy, feel free to interact with us. But we need that light to flicker a little bit, girls.
Paul, Boyd, Herman, if you guys are in here as well, feel free. You know what, you can drop kick it. But that would work. It would make it go buzz buzz. Drop kick it, karate.
Okay, flicker, good girl. Okay, boys, I'm sorry. Okay, boys. You like her talking about action and sports? We don't know a lot about sports, but that's Joe's area.
I don't know if anybody has told you about them, but there's a set of movies from a company called Marvel, and they make amazing action movies. There's like a lot of fighting, and they save the world. It's very epic. There's like Tony Stark, Captain America. There's Thor, who's a super strong god.
Angel's favorite is Loki.
Yeah.
He's a trickster god.
He likes causing mischief. Like
He
kind of
likes
like.
jokes. Do you boys like jokes?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I need you to do it again. Come on.
Again, you can like drop kick it. You can karate chop it. You can punch it.
Did you
can
boys like to
kick it.
wrestle? Did you climb trees? Like football? Trying to think of what else the boys did in those ages. Did you swim in the creek? Or the river, I guess it would be. Did you cut wood?
Did you help your dad out at the farm?
Come on, boys. We need to get that light going.
I know it takes a lot of energy. Like Mom said, feel free to take some from us.
Come on, I don't want to throw all of Catherine's hard work out, guys. Come on, boys. You did a little flicker. Let's see if we can get it up to, what's your favorite color? Yellow? Orange.
That's not law.
I'm pretty sure it's just the neighbor or something, but I feel like very faint talking over here.
Me too.
Are you here for?
That? No.
Oh, just like mumbling. Yeah. The two people having a very quiet conversation.
Can we go lights out?
What? is a little girl wearing pants and a shirt. They're just standing there. That's not it.
So behind the dresser earlier. No, I can't. Now I don't know if that's because maybe the moon went behind. I just saw something go in front of the door. In there.
I still a little bit. Yeah, I need to do it. Okay. There's something moving.
I just saw something. Don't be afraid, they're just people.
Hello and welcome to the post-show talk. Um, I wanted to end it on commentary. I wanted to go through everything because I wanted to share kind of my perspective on everything that happened that night. Um, First thing is I want to thank Bud Files for joining me on this. I know we have very different styles of investigating. I know that we tend to investigate in very different spaces and very different ways. Um, so for them to have patience with me, I really appreciate that, and I hope that I wasn't, too much on them. That being said, they went through a lot. They are what believers say are on the sensitive scale, and they have some type of paranormal sensitivity. And whatever was in that house, um, they said it triggered them, and um, I respect that. I respect being in that situation, um, and they did what they felt like they had to do, both in the investigation and at the end of the investigation. Um, so some of the evidence I want to go over and some of the debunking I want to do actually involves the house getting dark. Um, some of the noises, like the sigh, the footsteps, I don't really have great explanations for those in terms of like something inside the house that could have caused it. Maybe it was something outside of the house. That's kind of my best bet if it wasn't paranormal. Um, but the darkness in the house, I actually was able to debunk with a little bit of research. So it wasn't something I thought of until about a month ago. And yes, it is October the 17th, and I am putting this episode together very late. There was a lot of evidence to go through, and I have just been busy out the wazoo. So, yeah, here it is. Um, so, I did the research, and what I found was on June 14th, which was the night we were at Villisca, there was a full moon. It rose at 8 p.m. and it was scheduled to set at 5:10. However, the house, that general neighborhood, there are hills and there are trees. You go a couple of blocks down and you have a whole line of trees. So my theory is actually that the moon set behind the trees, and that is the primary cause of it getting significantly darker. So when you have a full moon night, even though it was partly cloudy, there were storms coming in from the west. Um, Despite all that, even when you have a full moon, you have street lights, you have clouds. Um, it's going to be a dark night, but as long as the moon's up, it can still be fairly bright. So if the moon starts setting behind trees, behind buildings, even behind hills, it's going to get darker. And 2 hours before the official set, which means it's completely over the horizon, it makes sense that it would probably be maybe a couple of degrees in the sky, which would put it behind the trees. So I'm pretty convinced that the reason the house got darker was that the moon was setting. Um, the storms kind of passed us over around 4 o'clock ish. So I think there were still some storms in the atmosphere around then, but they were pretty much either to the northeast of us or to the east of us at that point. So, yeah, I don't know if they played a role in the lighting in the house or not. Um, so, in terms of the sounds, like I said, I think it could have been something on the house, hitting the house, wind blowing a branch across the roof, something falling on the roof. We're in this attic space, so if something hit the roof from behind where we were, maybe it echoed down and it sounded like it was behind us instead of, on the roof. Um, in terms of the sigh, I don't really have a good one for that one, but it could have been something from outside. It could have been a creature, an animal. I don't know. But like I was able to kind of sit there and figure out why the house got darker at that time. In terms of the K2 meter and that K2 session that Sue, Angel, and Joe did, um, again, their phones weren't in airplane mode, so if some of that was legitimate, there's no way to state whether it was or was not. Again, the three of them felt like they sensed. They said they sensed all these spirits around. I'm not going to refute that. I'm not going to say one way or another on that. I'm sure their channel is going to have a slightly different interpretation of the events from that night than I have. However, I will say that while I was there, other than that moment where I got cold, which I have a thing for that too, um, I really did not get creeped out. I really didn't feel uncomfortable there. I didn't get a sense that there was anyone else there. Um, and when it comes to that moment where Connie and I were in there by ourselves in the afternoon and I got very cold, it was weird, but maybe that was a moment where my body activated sweat glands and it was evaporating really quickly. So I didn't have the moisture, but I was still cold. Um, like, I don't know. It could have just been my body temperature regulating against the heat. So there are logical explanations available. And as I always say, when the logical explanation makes itself available, that becomes the default. Again, the one thing I really don't have a good one for is the sigh from the upstairs when everyone was outside. Because what we did is we went in for about 30 minutes each in pairs. Um, we split up in various ways. And we just kind of did that 30 minutes in, went back to the shed for 15 minutes, went back out to the house for 30. And we did this on a cycle. Um, it was a fun time. Again, I really did enjoy working with the Bud Files. It was really nice to also expand my experience in investigating. I've never investigated with people who identify as sensitive. And I had no idea what that would have been like. So now I have a little bit of experience with that, and I feel like I learned something from it. I feel like I'm a better investigator for having done that. Um, but overall, this is kind of the part I've been avoiding. Do I think Villisca is haunted based on my experience there? Right now, I'm going over the contract because I know I had at least one contract that said I could not say the place wasn't haunted. So I'm going to be safe and I'm going to say I don't know. Um, there was some weird stuff, regardless of everything from this video. There was that sigh, me getting cold, um, the Bud Files experiences, legitimately weird stuff. The noise behind Connie and I when we were up in the attic, when we asked if you motivated the murder or the murderer, weird stuff, like I think for me to get a more concrete answer to this, I would need to go back and do it again. Um, like I think that's kind of where I'm at, is I would need to go back to this location. So that's my overall conclusion for the place. Again, I am very skeptical when it comes to going to these locations. I'm not the type of person to just go, oh, this place has a reputation for haunted, therefore it must be haunted. I make my conclusions based on my experience and my experience alone. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Go over to the Bud Files. They already have a video up. They've had it up for 3 months because they're clearly more responsible about putting their videos out than I am. Go over to their channel. Check out the interview we had and the stories we were told by the manager of Villisca. And have a wonderful spooky season. Sleep tight.
Here's the door.